White Dwarf magazine can get a bit of a bad rap from aging wargamers like myself who dream back to the heady days of their youth before the internet and all the things that have replaced really what was so useful in these monthly magazines. But this is a 3-minute short, so I'm not going to go into that kind of detail here. But the last 3 White Dwarfs have got some great content for fans of Warhammer the Old World. So let's take a look. So we have the last 3 issues of White Dwarf at the time of recording, of course, as well. 506, 507 and 508, or 08 if they're going by their new numbering on the new style. Now, I don't always pick up White Dwarf anymore, and I tend to, for professional reasons, just to keep an eye on what's going on. In the other games, I don't really play as much, but I do play Warhammer the Old World, which if you're a regular viewer of the channel, you'll probably know. And very recently, they've had a Tale of 4 Wargamers in another name, essentially Armies of the Old World, which has been a really nice sort of trip down memory lane. It's nice to see Old World content in the magazine. I quite often see people online saying that White Dwarf never covers the Old World. When will it? And it's probably been in about 5 or 6 different issues in 2024 now, so maybe a little bit better than people realise. It was definitely a battle report, and these 3 articles as well, at least 4, maybe 3, and it just takes you through 4 warlords, so to speak, 4 generals, and talks about their armies. Next issue, we see the armies grow again, and while there's not an awful lot of content here, it is fun to read them very quickly and see the armies grow, and there's some familiar faces in these magazines. And as we get to the latest article, the armies have got quite big. I think they're all around the 2,000 points stage by now, and it's just really nice to see large amounts of figures on square bases in White Dwarf again. And it's not completely clear whether this will continue. I hope there'll be a battle report or 2. I'm not sure, but it is really nice to see square-based Warhammer armies back in White Dwarf again. It's just lovely to see these achievable in many ways painted armies. They are not heavy metal standard, they are hobbyist armies, which is great. But that's not all. We also have an heavy metal painting article from Matt, who painted the box art dwarves from the heavy metal team. And these are just beautiful miniatures, beautifully painted, and quite a good rundown of how they're painted, all the colours used, a bit about the techniques and the ideas, and it's a really great article. So it's not an advert, I'm not saying go and buy them, but maybe try and borrow a copy or read the articles online or something, because there is square-based content in White Dwarf again.